Hello again. I hope you can hear me. It's getting pretty windy here. My hair is getting wild, but I love it. So I would like to talk some more about getting out of your comfort zone. I had this, I facilitated so many trips and retreats in amazing places on this planet, and one of my favorite spaces is the desert. I've spent a lot of time in the desert, the Sahara, but mainly also the Sinai Desert. And there was this one experience that I'd like to share as we were riding camels up in the mountains to go to a very special place where we would hold the integration ceremony after a Vision Quest journey. And then it got really late because, you know, there was just so much really deep stuff that wanted to be expressed and shared, and it was so precious that I wasn't gonna cut it short just to, you know, be on time or just because the sun was going down. And so by the time we were done, it was night. It was nighttime. It was dark. And we still had quite some ways to go back to the camp. And, you know, riding a camel, I don't know if you've ever done it, in itself is already can be a pretty challenging thing. But especially up in the mountains, you know, where it's very rocky and camels take big steps and sometimes they slide. And it's like you have to really, you know, when you can see, you can kind of prepare yourself for, oh, okay, it's going up or it's going down, or, you know, you can kind of like go with the movement. But when you can't see, it's a totally different story. And so most of my guests decided that they were gonna walk home. They didn't dare getting back on their camels in the dark, which I totally respected. But for me, it was clear, like, no, I'm gonna ride this camel back. But I also didn't know the way, because we had gone to a new place that I'd never been to before. And it was funny because somehow the group and all the other camels just kind of went away. I don't recall how it happened, but I ended up being maybe like 50 meters behind the last person or camel, with my camel, on my camel. And it was completely dark. Couldn't see anything. I tried for a minute or two, you know, to shine my flashlight so I could see the path, but I quickly realized it's really disturbing my camel. And so I decided to surrender, simply surrender to the moment, to the night, to my camel, to completely let go of any control and just let my camel do its thing and trust that my camel would find the way, know where to go, but it would also, manage to have like a somewhat safe way of walking over those rocks. And it was an incredible experience, really, because like I said, when you don't see what's coming, and it moves a lot on a camel. I don't know if you've ever been on a camel before. It's high, you know, you don't really want to fall off the camel because it's very high. And when you can't see what's coming, you can't prepare yourself for any of the, you know, movements going on. And so I had to completely let go of all control and just totally surrender, totally trust this moment, trust my camel that it would find, that it would take me home safely. And wow, there was a lot of upheaval in my mind. It wasn't fear, it was something between, you know, a lot of adrenaline and excitement, and also like, I don't even know how to put that in words, but yeah, it took, I had many moments where I consciously had to just surrender, let go, and trust the process. And, you know, it just reminded me of life in general, like how often do we want to control a situation, want to control a process, a journey, instead of just surrendering to the flow of dark. I'd never ridden a camel in the dark. I mean, I'm very good at riding camels during the daytime, and I had a camel I got really close to in the Sahara, where I was living with a Touareg tribe for 2 months, and even learned how to gallop on a camel and racing and all this fun stuff. So I'm really good on camels, but I had never done it at night, and it just made me realize how we always impose, how we always get in the way by the desire to control things, instead of just trusting, that the camel obviously knows better what it's doing, and that I'm not helping if I shine my light, in his face, and that I'm not helping if I get all tensed up and scared and so it was a great experience, and I got so high. By the time we came back, I was in a pure blissful state, because I had to let go of anything that was in the way of me just basically being one with the camel, being one with the night, being one with every step, every move, every step on that path. And it was such a blissful state of just being connected. I remember getting back to my group, and they were all sitting around the campfire, and I was just I didn't even have words. I was just pure happiness, just glowing, and wow. So yeah, what if we applied that more to life in general? What would it take for us to get out of the way and just surrender to where life takes us, and trust that life knows best for us anyway?